Welcome to CrisisCleanup.org. Thank you for helping your neighbors. Our mission is to help volunteers like you help more people after disasters. This video will show you the basics of using the Crisis Cleanup website and app. Feel free to pause this video to follow along. After disasters, many volunteers want to help, but some don't have any work while others have too much. Survivors ask many groups for help, and often each shows up at the same house. This wastes time that could be spent helping others. Crisis Cleanup solves these problems, putting you in direct contact with survivors. Please use a modern browser like Firefox, Chrome, or Edge. We cannot support Safari or Internet Explorer. To access Crisis Cleanup, you need an invitation from someone in your organization. Ask someone from your organization to log in and click Invite Teammates on the dashboard and enter your email address. You can also download the Crisis Cleanup app for Apple or Android. Click Volunteer with your org, then scan QR code. Find someone in your organization with the app, scan their QR code, and follow the instructions. Remember to scan the QR code after downloading the app. If you receive an email titled "The name of someone you know has invited you to join Crisis Cleanup," click the Activate Account button. Fill out the form and choose a password that is at least 8 characters long. Log in using your email address and password. If you forget your password, click Forgot Password to reset it. You can also log in with a one-time magic link. We'll email you a single-use link that lets you log in without a password. If you prefer, log in using your cell phone. Enter your phone number, and we'll text you a one-time code to log in. You must be part of an organization. We cannot accept unaffiliated volunteers. If your organization does not have an account, click Register. Do not register unless you're sure your organization does not already have an account. Congratulations! You now have access to Crisis Cleanup. Let's choose the default dashboard. Inviting others is very important. The more trusted people you invite, the more help your organization can provide, and the less paperwork you'll have to do. Each team will be able to take care of itself and close cases, instead of overwhelming one office staffer. Click Invite Teammates, copy and paste a list of emails, and then click Send Invites. Each person will receive an invitation from you, activate their own account, and log in. Everyone you invite will become a member of your organization. If someone belongs to a different organization, don't send them an invitation. Instead, ask them to register their own organization. In the app, you can invite others via email or have volunteers scan a QR code. Make sure they download the app and click Volunteer with your org before scanning the QR code. More volunteers means helping more people. Cases are the heartbeat of Crisis Cleanup. Click the Work button, which is on the left side of the screen on a computer and at the bottom on a phone or app. You can enter cases on the right side of the screen. Enter cases on the app by clicking the yellow plus button. Complete the information on the form. Check the boxes to indicate the type of help the survivor needs. Enter the address and make sure an orange pin appears on the map. A pin must appear before you can save the case. Add as much detail as you can. However, do not add social security numbers, dates or years of birth, medical data, financial data, or case information. Crisis Cleanup is about property rather than people. Only enter the minimum amount of personal information necessary to prioritize the case and contact the resident. If possible, please add cases you have done in the past. This creates a permanent record so survivors can receive long-term help. It also means other organizations will be less likely to duplicate your efforts. Click Claim and Save if you plan to help the person. Click Save to leave the case open for others to claim. If you claim a case by mistake, you can always unclaim it later. Next, go to the map. You may search for cases by name, address, or case number. You may also add filters. You can download a list of cases in a CSV or Excel file. Zoom in. When you zoom in all the way, the dots change into icons. Each icon's shape shows the type of help needed. You can find the legend in the bottom left corner of the screen. It explains what each icon means. The color of the icon shows the status. Red icons are people who have not been helped yet. Click on an icon to see more details. Scroll down to Section 3, Work. Here you'll see different types of work needed, like muck out, debris removal, tarp, or tree work. If you want to help, click the Claim button next to the type of help you can provide. Leave extra work types for other organizations. If necessary, you may request cases from other organizations. Reach out to them directly. Be nice and respectful. The site will give you instructions on how to complete that process. After you've helped, come back and change the status from Open Unassigned to Closed Completed, or whatever the correct status is. Don't forget to add notes about what you did. At the top of the case, you will see several icons. Click the heart if the survivor is a member of your organization. The triangle means high priority. There is no single definition of high priority. The List button allows you to add this case to a list. Use the flag button to move a case to the correct disaster, move its location, mark it as a duplicate, or mark it for deletion. The History button shows you a list of every user who has interacted with this case. Click on the user's name to contact them. Never share volunteers' contact information with survivors. You may share this case with others via email or text message. The last button edits the case. You may also print the case for field volunteers who have not yet downloaded the app. The phone app works without a data connection. This feature is helpful if your community has limited cell phone coverage. Move the Social Vulnerability slider to the left to highlight the most vulnerable neighborhoods. The Freshness slider shows the most recently updated cases. On the right, you can access chat and news. You can select from 4 different views in the top left corner. Map view is default. Table view lists cases in a table format. Photo view shows photos uploaded by survivors. Nearby Cases view helps you prioritize cases close to you. Under the My Organizations tab, you can manage users, teams, and your organizational profile. The Other Organizations tab lists other organizations involved in the response. The Current Disasters section lists all the active hotlines and includes downloadable flyers and social media assets. You can print and distribute these flyers in affected neighborhoods. Crisis Cleanup often opens a hotline for the public to ask for help. We will keep the hotline open as long as volunteers are helping and your community provides volunteers to answer calls. Hotlines typically remain open for 2 to 4 weeks, but can be extended as needed. Importantly, the website and app will remain available even after the hotline has closed. Again, you can access case information indefinitely, regardless of when the hotline closes. If your organization has volunteers who cannot do physical labor but want to help, they can answer phone calls at home. Contact us through the Help button in the bottom left corner of the screen if your organization would like to answer calls. We'll be happy to train you. These are the basics of using CrisisCleanup.org. Disasters are, by their nature, overwhelming. If it isn't overwhelming, we call it an inconvenience, not a disaster. So if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, you're not alone, and you're probably doing it right. Support yourself and your team during this stressful time. As long as you're helping people and closing cases, you're doing it right. Thank you for helping your neighbors.